If you are an audiophile on a budget, then this Soundpeats Capsule3 Pro Plus review is the one for you. Hi, my name is Andy, and you're watching Andy's Tech Tone. Quick disclaimer, I got the earbuds for testing from the manufacturer, but I'm not getting paid, nor did I give them preview privileges, so all you hear today is my honest and unfiltered opinion. And based on the sound quality alone, that opinion of mine is pretty high. But more about the nuances of the dual driver setup with an X-MEMS micro speaker and a 12mm dynamic driver later on. First, let's see the details of the stem style design. The Capsule3 Pro Plus is made from plastic and is available in a two-tone colorway of matte black and gold. The use of glossy gold and that pattern that runs along the stem with the Soundpeats logo at the top lends a stylish look to the earbuds. Someone might call it a bit flashy, but I reckon that is just right around the maximum amount of sheen and sparkle I personally find acceptable on a product like this. The build quality is first class across the board, including the battery case, which is compact enough to fit in most pockets. The hinge is springy and the lid comes to a hard stop when fully open, which helps when it comes to accessing the buds. The Capsule3 Pro Plus got an IPX4 rating, which means only an average protection against sweat and rain. It in itself would not be an issue at all, but if we add to this that they sit loosely in my ear canals, then I have to say that these earbuds were not designed to be used in the gym or for running at all. For casual use, however, long-term comfort is excellent thanks to the fact that the ear tips do not go deep inside my ear canals. Speaking of which, there are only 2 extra sets of silicone ear tips in the box, which should be okay for most people, but considering that other manufacturers give you 4 or sometimes more sets of tips to choose from, the selection could have been more generous here. And on the same note, the single charge playtime could be more generous too. The earbuds can last up to 6.5 hours with the AAC codec and without noise cancelling. Together with the case, it means a total playtime of up to 43 hours, but keep in mind that if you want to use the LDAC codec and/or the adaptive noise cancelling, the battery life will drop significantly. I'm not aware of any quick charge feature, and the case lacks the hardware for wireless charging as well. What we got is a USB Type-C port at the bottom of the case and a short cable in the box for charging. Altogether, the battery department is not the most impressive as far as its performance. In terms of wireless connectivity, we get a Bluetooth 5.3 compliant chip with SBC, AAC and LDAC support. Multipoint, aka multi-device connection, is also on the menu, but in case we want to use the earbuds connected to 2 sources at the same time, we have to disable the LDAC codec because, similarly to most other earbuds, the 2 features will not work together. Other than that, multipoint works well with automatic switching for phone calls and manual switching for media playback. During my tests, I did not experience any dropped signals, and latency is low enough for watching movies without lip-sync issues out of the box, and gamers got a game mode in the app too.
That's the kind of weather we are dealing with these days, so this is as far as I'm willing to step out the door for this mic test, but nevertheless, this should give you a basic idea of what the 6 microphone setup is capable of in terms of audio quality on the Soundpeats Capsule3 Pro Plus earbuds.
As for media and phone call controls, we can use the touch panels at the top of the stems. The touch-sensitive interfaces register the single, the double, the triple, and the long tap actions promptly and accurately. Full remapping of each and every tapping action is provided by the new Peats Audio app, so that's good news for those who like to set up their touch controls in a very particular way. However, the lack of wear sensors is kind of bad news. And even though it's not a deal breaker at all, you will have to live without automatic play and pause if you choose to buy these Soundpeats buds, while most of its competitors can offer this option these days. Next, let's see the Peats Audio smartphone app, which definitely shows improvements over the old Soundpeats app, both in terms of functionality and UI design. However, it's still a step behind the competition such as Soundcore, One More or Earphone. In the main menu, all we have is the 3 basic ANC modes, so no wind noise cancelling or any other options. Then there are the custom control settings, the game mode switch and the multi-point switch. In the EQ menu, you can find a bunch of presets, but none of these audio profiles can be manually tweaked. We also get an adaptive EQ option, which runs a hearing test and tailors the frequency response curve accordingly, but what I would rather use myself is the 10-band manual EQ, where we can create and save multiple sound profiles for ourselves. Not that the excellent sound quality of the Capsule 3 Pro Plus needs any tweaking in my opinion, but more about that in a second. Now let's quickly talk about the active noise cancellation. Again, in the app there are the three modes: ANC on, normal and transparent, and we can toggle through these same modes using the touch controls as well. The AI-powered adaptive noise cancellation does an excellent job at isolating you from the outside world, and these buds are more or less at the same level as the Earphone Air Pro 4 or the Soundcore Liberty 4NC. Maybe at blocking out higher pitch noises, Soundpeats have a hair of an advantage, while droning noises and low-frequency hums and rumbles are better handled by the other two. All in all, the ANC performance is top-notch, but in the Peats Audio app I would love to see some extra settings and options which other manufacturers have on offer. Take wind noise cancelling for example, which could come pretty handy here on the west coast of Ireland, as I found that the mics can pick up a higher than average amount of whooshing wind noise, and that can make wearing the earbuds outside uncomfortable on breezy days. The transparency mode is a bit muffled in the highs compared to the earphone, but I generally prefer this toned down character over the sometimes too harsh, over-amplified options out there. There is some hiss present as well, and wind noise can easily get out of control again in transparency mode. So while in terms of sheer ANC prowess, the Capsule 3 Pro Plus can more than just keep up with the leaders in its category, the lack of custom settings and extra options can hinder its overall performance across multiple use case scenarios in my opinion. And even though the ANC is good, you will not want to buy these earbuds for that reason. But you must put the Capsule 3 Pro Plus at the very top of your list in case you are after an immensely spatial and joyful audio experience, which no other earbuds in its class can come even close to. It's clear that sound quality is the area where Soundpeats focused most of their efforts when developing these earbuds. We got a dual driver setup consisting of a traditional 12mm dynamic driver and a not so conventional solid-state X-MEMS micro speaker. Without going deep into the technological details, the former is responsible for the lower frequencies, while the latter, with its insanely fast transient response and spatial accuracy, is the one that delivers the higher frequencies. And boy, what a delivery that is! I mean, from the bottom to the top, it's hard to find fault with the sound. The bass is lean and controlled, but punchy and snappy with absolutely no overhang. Some extension towards the sub-bass could make it sound even more powerful, but I will take the lean and snappy bass over a boomy one any day of the week. The mid-range is rich, neutral, and also forward enough for vocals to step into the spotlight when the music calls for it. Instruments come through with excellent clarity and a natural timbre. The treble has outstanding extension, there is loads of energy up top, and we get an abundance of musical detail, no harshness, no distortion. At or close to maximum volume, however, the extreme amount of high octave energy might come through as a bit too much or too hot, but that depends on the source and the codec you are using as well. Listening to well-mastered songs through a high-quality stream using the LDAC codec is just pure joy. The real highlight of the sound is the almost holographic imaging with a mighty wide and three-dimensional soundstage. And that palpable top-of-the-class separation between the individual musical elements is just the finest icing on that imaging cake. This new-ish speaker technology really seems to be superior in many ways to traditional dynamic transducers, as far as the spatial attributes of music reproduction are concerned. I have always been a sucker for such an airy, detailed and well-sculpted soundscape, and I cannot recall any other earbuds in this price bracket that could beat the Capsule 3 Pro Plus in that regard. In fact, I could hardly name earbuds from even the highest of shelves that can image this good. It might not be a dream come true for extreme bass heads or absolute volume junkies, but these earbuds were designed with a more sophisticated sonic signature in mind, so they can sound well across a wide range of songs and musical genres. Color me impressed. And to wrap things up, I can only repeat myself. If you are an audiophile on a budget and want the most extreme sound quality in the under $100 price bracket, then you cannot find anything better on the market than the Capsule 3 Pro Plus right now. Well, in my opinion at least. If you need all the bells and whistles with a longer battery life sprinkled in, then yeah, the Soundpeats buds come up slightly short when compared to the best of the best in their class. But again, this hybrid driver setup we can find in the Capsule3 Pro Plus destroys the competition as far as its sophisticated and detailed sound characteristics. For $90 we cannot have it all, but nor we can at 3 or 4 times the price. And the sound quality of these affordable earbuds can easily compete with most of the higher priced premium offerings as well, so in terms of sound per dollar, these earbuds are the ones to beat. And this was my take on the Soundpeats Capsule3 Pro Plus earbuds. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you have anything to add or ask, then please feel free to leave a comment. I mentioned the Earphone Air Pro 4 a couple of times during this video, and that review is coming soon, so subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on that. Thanks for watching everyone, hope to see you all in the next one.